Nologent here at Cooter Brown's. Good stuff in here. Yeah.
Welcome to Nologent. Let the good times roll. Where can you get po' boys, burgers, and raw oysters in a New Orleans bar? In this episode of our New Orleans travel vlog, we're visiting Cooter Brown's Tavern on a travel search for best bar food to sample some burger, po' boy, and raw oyster options in New Orleans. Cooter Brown's Tavern is located at 509 South Carrollton Avenue, which is about 20 minutes and 6 miles away from the New Orleans French Quarter. This bar is named after the legendary character who spawned the phrase, "drunker than Cooter Brown." So the story goes that Cooter Brown lived along the Mason-Dixon line at the time of the war between the states. Cooter had family on both sides, and not wishing to be drafted by either the Union or the Confederacy, he decided to get drunk and stay drunk so that he wouldn't have to fight in the war. This bar had previously been named Hucks until it was purchased in 1978 and renamed Cooter Brown's Tavern. The bar was sold in 2015 to new owners, and they have made some changes mainly to the kitchen staff and menu. Cooter Brown's has long been one of my favorite bars in the area, so let's go ahead and head on inside here and check this place out. So this has always been one of my favorite and most reliable spots for late night fantastic food, although I'm not sure what the new ownership's going to do with some of my old favorites here. So you go into this area here and you order at the cash register, and they've got a menu posted on the wall, and we're going to take a look at their paper menu later. But your typical traditional thing is you would look on this board here, figure out what you wanted to eat, and then you would put your order in and go wait for them to put your order number out. Now you've got a beeper system they use instead. So as we're exploring around this bar area here, you might notice some little tiny people on the walls there. So Cooter Brown's Tavern is also noted for their Celebrity Hall of Foam and Beersoleum, which is a collection of miniature caricatured statues of various dead celebrities hung along the walls of the bar here. So we'll look at those in a little more detail shortly. But you can see this is a pretty nice space in here overall. You have another bar back here that's much less active typically. Most of the action tends to focus on the front bar, and often they'll just totally close this back bar. Right now though, we have a pretty full house, and this place gets really popular during sporting events. And there's some other entertainment options they've added in here as well. Now they keep adding other things in here, although they used to have some good spaces back here where I would bring my computer and do some work, but they don't really seem to have the plugs or internet access like they used to. Now we're going to go outside here and check out this patio area. So this is not as popular during the heat of summertime. This is more popular during your fall and spring season when the temperature is a little more pleasant, and even in the winter time it stays often pretty warm in New Orleans. So depending on the weather, you may or may not see any people back here, and this area may or may not be open depending how the weather is. So it's a good place to check out though if it's open. As you might guess from the lack of people out here, it is a warmer day, so we're gonna head back inside here. Ooh, nice, dark, cool indoors, so nice. And you can see that we've got lots of stuff to explore in here, as there are some tiny details you need to look at as well. They have these nice brass elephants that are holding up a brass bar connected to the rear bar, and one of the new owners did go to the University of Alabama, so is that a coincidence or not? On the back wall under their huge screen TV, they have these horse heads on top of posts, which make for a nice design element. And then right next to them, we have a dummy dressed up like Cooter Brown himself. And then they have some games and other activities back here you can participate in with a little shuffleboard there. And then, like we were talking about earlier, here are some of those caricature little statues here. And you notice they're all holding a beer, except for a few where the beer has disappeared. That kind of connects and represents a special theme to their special persona. So if you can maybe start trying to pick out and determine who some of these people are and figuring out what the beer that goes with them, it's a nice little game to play. I'll give you one hit. Jimi Hendrix has an Avita Purple Haze to go with him, so you can kind of figure out what some of the other ones are. It's a fun thing to do, to check out and see who you can recognize as we go through all of these various caricatures. And there's plenty of interesting faces and places that are mostly intact. A few have definitely shown their age and aren't completely intact. Hopefully they'll do some repairs and get all of these up to their original form sooner than later. All right, they also have British full pint glasses here. Yes. And look, here's another little picture of Cooter Brown himself. And Cooter himself also has his own little caricature statue as well right here. So this is definitely a very interesting, cool bar in many ways. So let's check out the menu now. We have bites with fried pickles, buffalo wings, 6 wings or 12 wings, mild hot teriyaki, honey barbecue or habanero, incredibly spicy, boudin balls, buffalo shrimp, mozzarella sticks, and onion rings. Then we have fries with beer battered fries, cheese fries, gravy cheese fries, bacon ranch fries, loaded fries, truffle fries, chilled sides with buttermilk coleslaw, and Mama Shay's Cajun potato salad. On the next page, we have poboys with a roast beef poboy, manager special, hot sausage poboy, gator mater, shrimp poboy, surf and turf poboy, catfish poboy, oyster poboy, radiator special, baskets with chicken finger basket, catfish basket, shrimp basket, oyster basket, seafood basket, greens and salads with a house salad, small or large, and a spinach salad. Then we have burgers with a Cooter burger, a foodie burger, a jalapeno burger, a brunch burger, a bacon and blue burger, a veggie burger. Then we have sandwiches with a buffalo chicken sandwich, a chicken parmesan, an oyster on bun, pulled pork sandwich, Irish Channel special, muffaletta, dessert, and French toast bites. Okay, my buzzer's going off, so it's time to go retrieve my food, and I got a cheeseburger with fries, so let's check it out now. So this looks like a pretty decent cheeseburger with a nice sized piece of meat on there. So let's see, I don't know, let's give it a bite. And structural integrity is a little slipping and sliding, but overall it seems like everything's staying together. We appear to have a good meat bun ratio, and there's plenty of things kind of hanging out on the edge, but the ooey gooey cheese seems to be helping glue things together in a lot of ways. So the flavor is pretty nice and juicy, actually. I did order it on the medium rare side, and it's definitely a nice medium rare there, the way I would like it. The only complaint that I have so far with this burger is for some reason they didn't have any Creole mustard. They've had Creole mustard and Cooter Browns for decades now. For some reason they've gotten rid of it and only have the plain yellow mustard. They used to have the plain yellow mustard and the Creole mustard. It's kind of a New Orleans tradition. So I've got to say they need to bring the Creole mustard back, as hey, this has a little more kick and flavor, and it's really the taste of New Orleans. So that went down pretty quick and easy here, and we're getting down to the very last bites, and there's a nice thick piece of meat there that just went down, so good meat bun ratio. Overall, the structural integrity was pretty darn good. We did have a few little things escape out of the burger here, so we do have a little third meal here with some cheese and a pickle. Not really a whole lot of meat got out of there though, so we get this last little snack. Now it's time to get down to these French fries here. Ooh, now these French fries are totally different than what used to be here in the past before the most recent purchase of Cooter Browns. The old French fries look more kind of like sliced up potato chip size type potatoes. So they were more of a waffle fry, but without the holes in it. So they were pretty good overall. So those were some nice, unique style of French fries that I really didn't see in any other place. So kind of nice to have something a little different. I mean, these are pretty decent other than this itty bitty miniature one here. Whoa, how did they get that? So here we go with the last fry, and look at this one. Okay. So now, just like I've totally destroyed this burger and fries, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment below, let me know what you thought about this burger and fries. And while you're down there, make sure to check out links to my Patreon account, as I do it for tips, and I appreciate any help with that. So now there's a really important guy we got to go see over here at the bar, as you've got to get one thing in here ordered at the bar, unlike the rest of the food. So to order raw oysters, you've got to order it directly from the oyster shucker guy here.
Roast
So I'm sipping on my beer while I wait for my dozen raw oysters to arrive. Ooh, and look, I got another one here with the Imperial pint size.
Imperial pint roast.
Soon enough, my dozen oysters have arrived, so let's dig in.
Half price oysters. Tuesday, Cooter Browns. Yeah. You know, oysters are organic and vegan.
So, just like I've totally destroyed this dozen oysters, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you thought about those dozen oysters. I had a good time eating them fast because they were that good. So, the total before tip was $25.50 for the oysters and 2 beers. So, on my next visit, I've already gotten a beer and the buzzer has already gone off. So, I'm here at the counter picking up my roast beef po' boy with Swiss cheese.
I don't care.
Here you go. Okay, so the meat is cold and the cheese isn't even melted. That's just pretty unacceptable for a roast beef po' boy. And my entire existence of po' boys in New Orleans, I don't think I've ever had a cold roast beef with Swiss like this before. Just about every place in New Orleans tends to heat that up for you, except maybe where you're getting one of those more deli-style sliced roast beef sandwiches, maybe. But most restaurants that do a roast beef like this do melt the cheese and heat it up.
Where's the beef, bruh?
The second half of the po' boy is definitely light on the meat as well.
It's like only half full.
So the meat distribution was maybe a little off or something. It's definitely not what we would call an overstuffed po' boy. And I'm gonna end up with a lot more bread and not a whole lot of meat on this end of the po' boy. So, out of balanced, cold, and no ooey gooey delicious melted cheese. So we're really falling short on the food category so far in the po' boy section. The burger was good, but this po' boy, not so much. All right, there we go, the last bite. And look at this. We're gonna have to say, just like I've totally destroyed this cold po' boy, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment below and tell me what you thought about this po' boy. I was not so happy with it. It doesn't really get a thumbs up in my case. So, make sure to check out my Patreon account, as I really do need the assistance to work for tips when I'm dealing with food like this. So, the total for my roast beef po' boy before tip was $12.12. Next, I'm getting the Radiator Special po' boy, which is fried shrimp, fried oysters, and cheese, along with a remoulade sauce that it didn't used to come with. And I've got to say, this does not look like the version I've been eating here for decades.
This is gonna be messy. Oh my gosh, look at this. Just a disaster.
super dangerous. I don't know if I can bite it. It's a lot going on here. So I have to say, what they're calling a remoulade sauce in this po' boy does not taste like a remoulade sauce to me. It's kind of sweet, whereas it should have more of a spicy, horseradishy, Creole mustard kind of flavor to it. This is just not at all a proper kind of remoulade recipe. I've been seeing more and more people calling things a remoulade in the city that are not remoulade. And the Radiator Special that I ate here for so long is one of my very favorite po' boys anywhere in the city. So far, this is not looking like what I've had before. This is also definitely not tasting like what I used to get. And the Radiator Special in the past was a full-size po' boy that was huge. They used to offer a choice of a whole or half po' boy. Now they just have one standard size, which is about 4 or 5 inches shorter than the old whole size. All right, here we go. Second half. This thing is just really messy. It's not a very well-constructed po' boy. I don't know. It's just I don't know what they got going on here. See what third mill was down here with the leftovers of things that fell out. Oh, that's a big oyster. And a little bit left. So just like I've totally destroyed this po' boy, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So the Radiator Special used to be one of my favorite po' boys in all of New Orleans. The current version, I'm just not a fan of. Comment below and let me know what you thought about this po' boy, and would you kindly, while you're down there, go ahead and check out link to my Patreon account, as I do work for tips and I appreciate any help with that. So the total for this po' boy before tip was $26.99. So Cooter Browns, I really like your joint as a bar, but I'm really just not a fan of your po' boys these days. I would really wish that you would go back and find the people that used to run the kitchen there and get that old Radiator Special recipe back and start making the po' boys the way you used to. I'm just not happy with your current po' boys at all. Now the burger was good. And thanks so much to all of you out there for tuning into the Diligent channel, especially to my Patreons. And if you would so kindly go ahead and share this video with any of your friends or contacts that would enjoy it, as it really does help me with the YouTube algorithm. And then tune in next time for more good food, good times, and good people. Diligent here, and thanks so much for watching. And just go ahead and destroy this video right here to keep up with the fun.